What's going on, everybody? Triple Crown 24 back today. Yep, there's more Miguel Cabrera cards. This time it's stuff that I got with my eBay bucks. One of the cards I had to use quite a bit of my own money to get it just because I got some pretty nice stuff with my eBay bucks from this past quarter, and I was running low, but I still used some to purchase this card, so I'm going to count it. One card I'm not going to show off today that I got was a 55 Topps Al K-line for my Tigers team set. Pretty nice K-line. I'm down to only 4 K-lines to go now. I think I mentioned that in my national preview video, but overall very excited to add that in, but it's in the binder, so we'll not be showing it off. So I got this card and then some page 1 cards, which I will explain what I mean by that in a minute, but this one is pretty sweet. It is from Triple Threads. This is the triple patch autograph case hits. So I believe one of the case hits is a booklet, or at least it used to be in the old Triple Threads, and then the other case hit, an 18-box master case where there'd be one on each side of the inner, was one of these. And I really am not sure why these guys are all together, Longoria, Beckham, and Cabrera. Your guess is as good as mine. If you happen to know, let me know because I'm very curious. But this is a nice looking card. I do love Triple Threads. I like all 3 of these players. Beckham is actually currently a Tiger, which is nice, and then Longoria is a player that I really like just because I met him when he was first called up to the major leagues on a road trip that I took with my dad to see some baseball games, and he was super friendly, and I got an autograph from him there. So Longoria is a guy who I've always had a soft spot for, I would say, in my collection. Sometimes if I see some stuff of his, I'll pick it up. But these were the 3 cards I'm going to be displaying. These are all page 1 cards, and this first one does not pop up very often at all. I don't know if I've ever seen it pop up. Maybe I'm just not looking hard enough, but I saw this one and I made a best offer on it, and it got accepted. And this was the one I got in the most recent. So my eBay bucks only covered a very, very small portion of it, but I was able to secure the rest on my own from a couple of cards that I moved out of my collection. So very excited to add this in. It's a 2000 Upper Deck Minor League Signature Collection here with the Jupiter Hammerheads. Great autograph for a 2002 Cabrera. Some of his early ones aren't as good as they are now. He's kind of added to it as time has gone on. His 2019 stuff is absolutely incredible, so happy to add that in, one of his first autographs out there. Then we have a relic from the 2001 Futures game, and it's got the certification, oh geez, sorry for the voice crack, certification from Topps on the back. See, he's listed as a shortstop there. That always gets me because I could not imagine him playing shortstop now. His knees have taken quite the beating over the years. But this is just really awesome card. It definitely has that early 2000s relics feel to it with the big wide white holes in between the fabric. It's pretty common with a lot of the earlier relics out there, and even some in the early part of this decade. So this is also a page 1 card added in. And then this one, you'll see the scuff marks on it if I turn it like this, and you'll see it when I put it up here as well. But if you can look past it, you'll see a pretty nice, shiny E-Topps from 2003. This is a set that I wish Topps would revisit. Probably by the time that this video gets uploaded, Topps will then come out with a E-Topps online exclusive or something. But this set kind of has like the shine of finest, but it's got somewhat of the technology of a 90s gold label, I would say. So it's a nice little mix between the two. So really solid looking card, dual player shot. You guys know I love my dual player shots. Encapsulated by Topps down here with this little sticker in a magnetic. So that is very cool. And with a magnetic that is 16 years old, before people were very conscious about collecting and preserving these magnetic holders. Scratches don't really bother me too much. I think it kind of adds a little bit of character to it. This is also a page 1 card. So now I'm going to answer the question I'm sure everybody's asking is, what the heck is a page 1 card? Well, one of the websites that I use to keep track of my Cabrera collection is Trading Card Database. And I use my own Google Sheets spreadsheet that I keep up to date on my own. and that spreadsheet is really what I go by for my actual count, because right now my TCD page says I have 2 more Cabreras than I actually have according to the spreadsheet. So I'm still trying to figure out where the error is in that, but the spreadsheet is the one that is accurate. It's at the time of recording this 733 unique Miguel Cabrera cards with these ones in today. But you can sort the cards on there to check them off and add cards into your collection by player, and then there's a list that sorts the cards by player by year, then by set, then by insert set, then by parallel color, all in alphabetical order. And it's very nice, very easy to keep track of. And Cabrera has 15,000 cards almost, so there's 149 pages to go through, and I very rarely will just go through them one at a time because sometimes it's just a little tedious. But the one that always pops up first whenever I go to look at my Miguel Cabrera collection is page 1. And there are 100 cards on that page, and it actually works out really well where Cabrera's stuff, it almost includes everything up through his rookie season in 2003. There's just a few straggler upper deck cards that move on to page 2, but those 100 cards right there are all prospect or rookie cards of Cabrera, and there's some pretty, I would say some pretty important ones in there. Really the Topps traded and Topps Chrome traded from 2000 are like the big Miguel Cabrera cards, and then the really big one is the Topps traded autograph from 2000. And outside of that, there's not really anything that I would say is like a must-have for Cabrera super collectors like there is for maybe some of the guys from the 90s who have certain inserts and certain sets. So player collecting for a guy who's currently playing right now is very interesting to compare to players from past eras who played during times where the card landscape was a little bit different. But to me, those 100 cards, if I could collect all 100 of them, would be a pretty solid foundation for my Cabrera collection. Now, would I go to page 2 after that? I don't know, because it gets kind of harder as more and more one-of-ones pop up. One-of-ones aren't too popular at this time frame in the early 2000s. But once you get into those first couple of pages and you move to like 04, 05, there's a lot of parallels. There becomes more and more parallels, and now there's probably at least 100 different Cabrera one-of-ones every single year. So it's kind of hard to navigate that and get all of those, and I definitely don't attempt to get every Cabrera one-of-one. If I did, then I would not have any money to eat. I'd be on a ramen noodles for life diet. But at least if I can get those first 100 cards, there are some toughies in there. There is one that is numbered to only 4. There are a couple numbered to 25, which for a card that's been out for 15 plus years and numbered to 25, it's going to make it a little tougher to come by one of them. I know that 25 doesn't seem like it's all that much in today's hobby, and you're right, because there are a lot of cards numbered to 25 that pop up, but as time goes on, more and more of them get stashed away into collections, or they just go out of circulation for whatever reason. So hopefully I can track those down, but those are kind of my goal, is to kind of focus on trying to get more and more of those cards. I have 3 more here. I probably had like a dozen or so before this, but I'd like to continue to work towards that and ideally have at least 95 of the 100 by the end of 2020. So a big challenge ahead of me, especially that 2000 Topps traded, if that is one of the 95 I am able to get. The autograph version, that is. It's probably the most expensive Cabrera card out there that is not a one-of-one. So fingers crossed, but I remain very hopeful. So that will wrap it up for me today. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. I will be sure to see you guys next time. Pretty soon here, I'll have my Miguel Cabrera autograph showcase for you. So hang tight for that, and really appreciate you checking out today's video. Have a good one.